success stories, especially when they're about Maine's next generation succeeding, specifically building new businesses that showcase what people in our state can do. There is a business in Brewer that's only been in production for about 6 years, but it's making a name for itself with a high-tech product for the military. As 207's Don Kerrigan shows us, it's using homegrown talent to do it, especially a lot of engineers from the University of Maine.
You can see down here, it says front towards enemy, so we tried to really simplify it.
Paul Melrose can joke about it, but the safety of U.S. Army soldiers overseas may depend on these panels.
And this piece is essentially bulletproof.
This is bulletproof, yes, yeah, for sure. So rifle fire, so typical weapons, AK-47, those type of things.
He says it actually protects against even bigger hits. These panels are the creation of Paul Melrose and his two business partners, Tyler Jolicoeur and Jacques Nader. They are also UMaine engineers and were all together a few months ago to show their product to Senator Collins. That was about a decade after they formed their company called Compotech.
Explain what it is you make.
So we make a ballistic protection system. It's called the Expeditionary Shelter Protection System. And it's an armored wall that goes around military shelters or other what they'll call critical assets that they want to protect.
The panel idea began with the University of Maine's Advanced Structures and Composites Center.
This is all the hardware they need to set it up.
Melrose is a UMaine engineering graduate and was working at the lab focused in part on those panels.
Part of my job at the university, we were trying to find partners to commercialize our technology, and we were struggling finding a company, especially a company in Maine, that could commercialize the ballistic protection system. So eventually we said, you know, who's better suited to design and develop this technology than us?
Keeping their day jobs while they refined the ballistic panel design until the Army liked it.
We took the leap, hoping that, we could win government contracts, and we thought we were going to get them right away. So, we started up in August, but it took all the way till January before we could really get the contract signed.
That first contract provided money for more R&D and testing and to start up this plant. And 2 years later, Compotech won the Army contract to actually produce the panels.
When that day came that they signed it, what was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah. I mean, we knew that we had security.
Their business was off and running and has been growing steadily ever since.
We were able to go from 2 people working full-time and keep growing that team till we were about 10, and we stayed at 10 for a while, and now we're right around 50 employees.
Wow.
They added automation, buying used industrial robots from eBay, Paul says. The robots perform repetitive tasks precisely and let the workers handle all those jobs that need judgment and human hands. The panels are actually in 2 sections. The outer one made with layers of composite cloth, similar to Kevlar or fiberglass, and also a layer of special ceramic tiles. It's a little bit like a bulletproof vest.
So we use a similar principle where we have this very hard material that goes in front of our backer panel, as we call it, and they both have very different purposes in stopping the ballistics.
And there is a second inner panel he says will capture any pieces that break through the first one. The system is designed to surround an Army tent or generators or fuel tanks in the field and protect them from attack. Melrose says Compotech is sourcing everything it can from Maine, and that includes most of the metal parts needed to assemble the system. These are now made in-house for precise quality control. A robotic welder and skilled operator ensure identical pieces. The panels and assembly parts are all packed together in these big wooden crates, ready for the Army to send anywhere.
And right in here is a new product, still in the R&D stage. Panels that will look like this when they're done to build portable shelters for the military.
These are not for ballistic protection, they're buildings. Melrose says the military needs easy and quick-to-build shelters that can take the cold and severe weather. They're now being tested in harsh climates.
It gives them basically the comfort of a building. So there's a lot of missions, especially up in the Arctic, that don't work well in a tent.
They hope to start producing these new shelters in 2 years. Paul and Tyler, along with Jacques, started this business from scratch with just a design and $3,000 in cash. 9 years later, they have all this.
Extremely exciting. So, a lot of times we'll sit down, the partners, and just say, hey, this is such a great experience. How many people get to go on this ride? And not very many overall.
And beyond business success, there's also the satisfaction of knowing that what they build in Brewer is protecting our soldiers in places far away.
Compotech has earned praise and awards from the composites industry and was listed by Inc. magazine, a prominent business publication, in the top 1,000 fastest growing companies in the country and the 13th fastest growing manufacturer. Two other numbers that may be more impressive: the company says so far it has built and shipped nearly 8 miles of those armor panels to the Army. And this one, so far 17 of its employees, a third of the workforce, are University of Maine engineers.